Okay, this message is not going to be for everyone, but if you have clicked on it, then there is a reason. There is a wave of people who have gone through the deepest, darkest nights and constantly been healing out karma that has been passed down for generations and generations. And if this is you, if you've been part of the group who has been doing this, your time is done. Like, you are so close, if not already complete, with that process. And I feel like the calling was so strong for me to come on and speak to this today because I have been in the trenches doing this work myself, and I know how heavy and intense it is. And so if you have been in that process, there have probably been so many nights where it feels restless and you feel exhausted, or you feel like you're not quite where you want to be, or it feels like you're putting in all the effort, doing all the work, chasing after these things that you feel in your heart and soul. And you know it's part of your mission here and part of what you're here to bring to the world, to make the planet better and to support humanity and spread more love and kindness and bring innovative new designs or systems or your visionary ideas to life. And you know that that's what you're here for, and you've been working towards it, but it feels like every time you go towards that or you make 2 steps forward, it's like you hit a wall and get pushed back. And so much of this is because we had to clear out certain things that could not come with us where we're going. And I don't really mean that in like the esoteric energetic level, although we can say that because you've been constantly shifting and raising your vibration and elevating your consciousness and like coming back home instead of operating from fragmentation. But what I actually mean by that is more just that like you couldn't get to the creation and the physical manifestations of your desire. You couldn't build all the things that you're here to build if you're still being weighed down by like all these different things that came from your bloodline. So we know that the world is riddled with trauma. We know that everyone experiences grief and pain. And we know that there are some who maybe experience it stronger in certain ways, or there are those who experience it earlier on in life, or have these really repetitive cycles and patterns playing out in their families. And that is deep work to clear that. And yet it's the most rewarding work ever because you are not only freeing yourself in this process, but setting your entire bloodline free. And if you're watching this, this is what you've just completed. So congratulations. It's so beautiful to be on the other side. So I come here today with this video to encourage you to give yourself a little bit of time, even if it's just like a day or two, to really sit and reflect and notice all the breakthroughs that you've had, or notice all the patterns that used to be your normal because they were your parents' normal and their parents' normal and so on and so forth, right? Notice all these things that are no longer a part of who you are. The habits or the coping strategies or the belief patterns or the actions. And it could even be things like physical, career, or health patterns, right? Different things that were genetically part of who you were or programmed into the subconscious and the energetic field that you are no longer carrying with you. And celebrate it. Like, what I love about reflecting on these things and what I was doing this morning was just like a nice little cleanup of reflecting on my parents on each side and their parents, so my grandparents, and noticing all the patterns that I have broken, as well as all the ways that I've helped liberate them from things that they didn't know how to liberate themselves from, or ways that there was suppression or trauma in my grandparents that was just so normalized for them at the time and got passed down to my parents, and once again was normalized for them, and then for me to be the cycle breaker to go, that is not going to be my normal, that is not going to stay a part of my reality, that is not going to continue to dictate who I am or what I achieve or make me feel small or suppress what I'm here to create in the world. And so I took the action to shift it and to heal it. And some of these things took years, some of these things happened very quickly. But the power of that reflection is you can actually realize how much you achieved and accomplished, even if the things that you have always been physically working towards haven't shown up exactly the way that you wanted them to. So, as I said, we're coming out of this really powerful cycle where there is a wave of us, whether you want to call us the light workers or new earth leaders or just pattern breakers, and people with dreams and visions of more and better. We have had to go through and heal these things from the root in order to actually ground a solid foundation of what is now going to be planted and sprouting and helping others. So even though it has felt exhausting or frustrating, or you feel like your efforts have gone unnoticed so far, this is where the pat on the back and the celebration comes in, because what you have done is something that many human beings never do. And it does transcend the physical in terms of the karmic completion and the closure that you are creating for your entire lineage, because what was passed on to you ends here. And it is never going to be passed down or replicated, which means you have, in fact, cleaned your bloodline of these karmic patterns, suppressions, traumas, etc., so that now, if you have your own offspring, or if you're just mentoring and inspiring new generations, that will not be passed down anymore. And so I know it feels very isolating when you're in this journey, but there are so many of us all around the grid who have been doing this work. And as we close out this cycle of being forced to purge and release and heal these things, and to do it with love and to remain in the heart and remain connected to unconditional love and empathy for those who came before us, and empathy in the fact that they didn't mean to create what they may have created or to pass down what they may have passed down. Because we have done the work to heal that and stay in the heart, that can all be set free. So I just have this sense and feeling, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments if you can relate, if you resonate with this. But I have this really beautiful feeling, and I see it in my own life with the ways so many insane timeline overlaps and healing breakthroughs and like almost lifelong curses of negative patterns and lifelong for my generation, or for my intergenerational, not just me, the way they have all come to a complete closure, or like been tied up in a nice bow and it gets to be pretty again, and it gets to be healed, and it gets to be the way I envisioned as like the healthiest, most positive outcome for everyone involved, not just me, but the ways it's allowed positive healing and growth for everyone in my family line. I feel the new cycle coming in. And I just wanted to share this as encouragement for anyone who, like me, has been almost feeling a little bit head down, hermit mode, forced to constantly face and heal and rewrite these things. And you have probably, hopefully, noticed that your nervous system is just starting to like get to breathe again. Like you're able to come up for air and you're able to see the bigger vision where sometimes the heaviness clouded it, or the clearing took priority. I get the sense that as we're moving into next year, so much is going to just start dropping in. It's going to seem like magic and just the most divine alignment where everything falls into place for the things that you've been holding on to, the visions you've been holding on to this whole time. That's a beautiful thing. Isn't it? Like, oh, I could cry tears of joy feeling it because it's heavy. And the last thing I want to mention, because there are people who don't say yes to this challenge and they don't feel the awareness, they don't desire to become aware of the patterns, they just stay and loop and repeat, and they're not even noticing the ways they're following the generational trauma. Maybe that's not their path, or maybe it's not the right timing for them, but it can be easy to see them dealing with maybe more surface level challenges and stresses while you're literally cleaning out decades or centuries worth of karma, trauma, grief, pain. And I just hope you feel proud of yourself for committing to a level of personal freedom and sovereignty and lineage freedom and sovereignty, generational freedom and sovereignty with what you have been devoted to. So your devotion to your big mission through the path of healing out the family line benefits and ripples out in bigger ways than we could ever know. So embrace the feeling, embrace the pivot of what's coming next, and the safety that gets to be your new normal because you've regulated, because you've committed so deeply to the inner work that many never even like dabble in, and you've been diving into the deep end to do it. Embrace that, celebrate that, be proud of that. Give yourself grace if you feel like you don't have the external things, like it hasn't caught up yet for your internal world. And just take that moment to A, reflect back on the past and the ways you have freed the lineage, but also then B, look at the ways it has set you up for the future, and how every single one of these massive things you shifted or prioritized or devoted to, how that has now strengthened your character or activated new gifts or brought you into deeper alignment or deeper harmony with your soul's path, and the clarity that has been unlocked for what you are here to create. And be excited about that, be proud about that. Get yourself in a little positive rampage of all the ways this deep healing work has now set the foundation nice and clear so that you can move forward the way that you want to and where it is you want to. As I finished a really powerful quantum healing hypnosis this morning, I have one about ancestral and family clearing, and I was seeing so many lost family members, the ones that I have met and then ones that came before them. And there was a time years back where I was more angry or frustrated for the things they passed down or the things they were ignorant of, and how, you know, it rippled and impacted me. And to me it seemed so simple because I'm obsessed with the inner work. So I'm like, if you would have just changed this one thing, it could have made so many differences coming down. Like the butterfly effect of it would have been so profound. So I used to be angry about that. And as I sat there this morning with my heart open, and I could just feel so much gratitude from them that I did complete the cycle and that I'm not repeating it, and gratitude from me to them because I could see the other things that they were battling or the ways they did heal other parts, even if it maybe wasn't always what I wanted. And I think that's the power of what this wave of us are doing who have been focused on this work, is that the way it's transcending and healing past, present, and future. We are harmonizing the family unit, which has been lost. It's been infiltrated, it's been torn apart, it's been targeted for so long. And doing this work to heal yourself and in turn heal those that came before you, and as I said, also heal those that come after you, we're creating that unity again. And it's that unity consciousness that is going to keep seeding the planet for a more kinder, loving, integrated way of connecting with ourselves and one another. So I thank you for your work. I hope this message resonates. Comment, I don't know, comment your favorite angel numbers or something down below if this resonated with you. And yeah, I'm just sending so much love to all who have been deep in this, and know that it does not go unnoticed or unseen by the higher realms as well as those here on the earthly plane. Much love to you.